Alright guys, so let's briefly explain what we have done this week. This week on Monday we did a stage combat with Jessica, and we were learning sort of about the different sort of combats you could do like in a fight. So there was 4 different ones we did mainly. It was the hair pulling one, the strangling, the punches.
Yeah.
So that's what we did with Jessica. Anyone else?
You also did the slapping.
The slapping, yeah.
Slapping, yeah, we did
Slapping.
slapping. I
Yeah.
think, and sort of like, I feel like that workshop was effective because I feel like, especially if you're going into sort of like the filming side of the industry, it's very handy because then you know what you're sort of like,
Yeah.
what the different ways of how to make a scene look like badass, but also sort of like still quite
Yeah.
safe within what you're doing. So I feel like that was pretty effective.
Yeah.
And also it was just really fun in general. Like if there was like, of course, sort of like there was no real anger approach to it, but I feel like it's sort of like it was good to show sort of like a sense of power. So it's sort of like if you're being the dominant one, it was easy to showcase that through the different ways also. The different ways of sort of portraying that. So yeah.
And just to briefly explain Wednesday and Thursday. Wednesday it was just creating our own theatre, and we did a few games here and there, and I think there was
We were doing like snaps and stuff.
and that sort of stuff. And Thursday we were just doing Shakespeare, which is pretty interesting, and we were looking at Romeo. So next question, what was your favourite workshop and why? What was your favourite workshop and why?
I'll go first. My favourite workshop was first one with Jessica, the stage combat.
Yeah.
I have been doing things like that. I've been practicing that myself. I've
That's
taught
good.
myself that sort of stuff at a younger age, and I found it actually quite enlightening on how to do it properly, all the sound, and it really just blew my mind and expanded me creatively, definitely, and I feel I got most out of that than any other.
Yeah. What about you, Bartlett?
Same. I preferred the stage combat because I think it taught me like a lot more stuff about combat, so I didn't really like know too much. It was just fun and gave me a good experience.
Good. Anyone else?
Yeah, my favorite workshop was the Shakespearean one because we looked to the Romeo and Juliet, I think. Yeah, because I didn't know much about Romeo and Juliet, so now know more about.
Yeah. And what was your least favourite workshop and why?
For me, honestly, I don't think there was a bad workshop because I feel like all of them can be used in different ways. Like, of course, there can be one that you at least like that you didn't feel really comfortable in. But I think depending on which part of the industry you're going into, it's really up to like your personal opinion.
Yeah.
But if I did have to choose one, it would have to be like, as much as I do love stage combat, I do feel like that sort of like within doing sort of like the theme work, I don't think there will actually be much fighting going into it, unless it's still sort of, there's a big climax which is leading up to that fight. Yeah, but I feel like it's not really necessarily used as much. But I still do love data combat. I do love everything about it, but I don't think there'll only have to be certain times where it will be used, but not all the time. So, unless if you're doing it like Marvel or Star Wars.
For me, it was just Shakespeare.
I don't think I had the least favorite because they all was for new for us, like all the exercise, all the techniques. Yeah, that was new.
Should we move on to the next question? Because we have 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, what skills have you learnt this week? Just briefly, what?
I've learned skills in combat, and I know in making your own theatre, I've got to practice like writing your own monologue. I haven't done that before, so that was a new experience. It's something new
Same
to try
for me.
out.
Writing play, sort of like writing the opening of a play or something in combat. What about you guys? What have you learnt this
I
week?
have to say the same thing. The writing monologue was definitely new for me.
Yeah. Okay.
I would say, sorry to interrupt you guys, but
Yeah.
I would definitely say the same thing as well. Because I feel like, especially like, say we like going for auditions and nothing is working. I feel like having sort of like creating your own theatre on the side is really sort of like beneficial. Because one, it expands your creativity, and I feel like that sort of like there's a lot of freedom within it, and I feel like that sort of like you can go anywhere with it. There's no really right or wrong. It's just it's your interpretation on what subject you're talking about. So yeah, I would definitely say writing your own theatre, but also like Barlow was saying, Luke Barlow, definitely stage combat as well, because I feel like that.
How will these skills help you in the future? Sorry guys, we're literally, oh my god, 5 minutes, 6 minutes.
Well,
Okay.
if I needed to do like a fighting scene and I need to use combat, I have experience from this workshop.
Yeah.
It won't be much, but it'll be a little bit of experience. So,
What about you guys? What skills have you learned?
Mine is actually to do with like the noises we made for the stage combat as a voice actor. And
No, I haven't seen her, sorry.
as a voice actor, with the use of the microphone, being able to know the different sounds you can make using your body is really helpful for sound effects.
That's a good point. What were your strengths this week?
I would say for me, I was able to like throw myself like within that yes energy circumstance, and just sort of like, even if I'm not the greatest at it, the fact that I still given it a go and have like not been like, oh, I'm not doing this, I'm not comfortable with this. I think sort of like it's always better to have tried something than never. But yeah, I would say that's definitely my strength.
Yeah. What are your areas of development, guys? I would say for me, it's sort of having more confidence in this careers week, because there's been so many people in the class, and I'm just not used to that. And we had like the year 1 actors with the year 2s, like all together, it just got too much for me, and sometimes I just found it overwhelming. So that was my problem, and I guess how I'll work on that is just sort of, I don't know, meeting new people, like, is what will help me on that. What about you guys?
I can.
Yeah. Okay then. Did anything you learned this week help you with your current projects? I would say so.
Yeah. Sorry, what was the question?
How will these help you with your current
Oh,
projects?
okay, I see. I would say, wait, do you mean as in talk like our winter festival?
Yeah, like a Shakespeare.
I would say,
stuff.
like, I'm sorry, I keep on interrupting.
No, it's fine.
But I feel like definitely within the project that I'm doing with my character, it can really sort of kind of blend in nicely. Because sort of like the character I'm playing is sort of a very, very curious character. Like he's very interested into what he is in. And I feel like sort of like that could come from sort of like whatever background he has, so where was he raised, where did he grow up, what like people he was surrounding himself with. I feel like that's sort of like really quite beneficial. And that I would, and like with today, I was with the musical theatre guys, and was doing like accent work, and I found that like really beneficial.
What skills have you learned about communicating with an audience? I think sort of just like projecting your voice towards the audience. I think that's what I think. I think we just got to skip to the next question. Has this made you question your progression? No, absolutely not. I still want to do what I want to do. What about you guys?
Still
Yeah.
Great. How has this helped you prepare for progression? Just to gain the confidence, I think. Yeah.
I agree.
Great. Okay, I think we'll wrap it up there.
That's how we roll.